How to get free money for your business. From Warren Buffett to the Wolf of Wall Street, one thing these big investors have in common is they use other people's money to invest in businesses to grow their personal wealth. I will teach you how to use other people's money to grow your personal wealth in a way that doesn't require 3 wishes from a blue Will Smith wearing hammer pants. From grants to forgivable loans, there is now more money available for new and existing businesses than at any point in history. So today, I'll be showing you some of the best places to get grants for your business. I'll show you where to get forgivable loans for your business, and I'll teach you some of the other things to say to secure the funding, and I'll teach you all the steps to setting up your business so you qualify for the free money. One of the first places you should start looking is for grants offered by your own state. Generally, the grants are reserved for in-state businesses, so you'll want to look for grants in the state where your business is registered. If you're Tom Brady and you think you're going to drop off a grant application in Seattle and actually get money, you're sorely mistaken. Yes, we still do remember the interception from Super Bowl 49. I also find that states often have more flexibility on the types of small businesses they give money to, compared to the federal government. Just as an example, you can see here that the state of California has something called the California Dream Fund. Now, these grants obviously come with their own set of requirements. There will be an application process, and here you can see that California requires you to go through a training program before you can qualify. But there's probably some value to the free training, and you can get a micro grant up to $10,000 for your business. Most states will have some type of small business grant program to motivate local growth. Even your eccentric aunt will be screaming, "Show me the money," after opening her healing crystal business. Now, another big place you should be looking for grants that relate to your business is grants.gov. I'll say that again, it's called grants.gov. They have built out a pretty impressive system to help companies, that's you, to find related grants. They've even developed a cell phone app that lets you do refined searches. But today, let's look through the desktop version of the website. Scroll down and you'll see this set of binoculars that say Search Grants. You're going to click on that. All right, when you get in here, you can scroll down through the column on the left and set up your search. Here you can see under Funding Instrument Type, I'll click only on Grants. Under Eligibility, you can scroll down and click on Small Businesses. Under Category, you can scroll through and pick which areas you plan on providing services. I often click on Education, and you'll see there are often hundreds of different grant opportunities in each category. Now, you're not going to find a grant for every commercial service out there. What this will help you do is learn what types of government grants exist, and then build skills or processes around the types of services that receive grant money. You need to follow the money. If you make custom clothes for Beanie Babies, you're gonna have a tough time convincing the federal government to send you a check. Now, I'm going to share some of the tricks of actually winning some of these grants or getting some of these loans. Now, that goes into the point of being able to tell these grants and loan officers what you'll be using the money for. There are specific things that are generally given grants or loaned money. Now, in my experience, those who have received money generally intend on using it to buy inventory, commercial equipment, secure office space, or hire new staff. Other uses that will often be accepted include research and development and marketing. You have to make it very clear to them what you intend on using the money for. It's even best if you have a spreadsheet showing what you want to buy and how much it costs. This will show that you're serious about your accounting and that you have things well mapped out. The other big thing is there are tons of grants and forgivable loans for minorities, women, and veterans. Lots of the money available is also available for companies located in economically depressed areas. So if you fall into one of these categories, I would really recommend that you look into these opportunities. Most of us try and bootstrap our way to success. So a lot of this money that's available to these groups has low competition. Now, most of you likely haven't written a grant proposal before. This is something that doesn't need to be an obstacle for you. If you have no experience in this, don't worry. I'm going to show you where you can get some cheap help with this. Writing a grant proposal is something you can outsource. If you go to Upwork, you can create a project where you're looking for someone to write a grant proposal for you. Now, you'll likely have several people apply to your job, and from that, you can search for an applicant that has experience in writing grant proposals and has some good reviews. I've personally found some on this website before, so they are definitely there. You can give them the basic details of the grant proposal, and if they have experience, they will ask you for relevant information they will need to put it together for you. Now, there's another great resource that can help you find grants and forgivable loans for your business, and that's your local Small Business Development Center, also known as the SBDC. They have offices all over the country, so there's likely one much closer to you than you think. If you're running a small business and you haven't been into this office, in my opinion, you're missing out. Even Lloyd Christmas had this figured out.
So I want to go someplace where we know somebody who can plug us into the social pipeline.
Whether you think you need their help or not, they're a free government resource, and it's almost always worth your while to build relationships with the people that work there. One of the reasons I say this is because they will often help you keep track of new grant opportunities that become available that you could qualify for. Imagine if you go in there, sit down with one of the staff to talk about what types of services you offer, and then a few weeks later, that counselor gives you a call to let you know about a new grant that just opened up. They will often even help you write your grant. It's crazy the level of help they offer small businesses, and yet so many of us never use them. The other great thing about the Small Business Development Center is you don't have to go in there with everything already all figured out. They are there to help you figure things out. It's not like walking into a bank and asking for a loan. When you do that, the bank expects you to have your ducks in a row. The SBDC is there to help you get ready to get that grant or that small business loan. In fact, they are one of the best resources to help you qualify for an SBA loan. Go in there and let them know where you're at in your journey in getting your business started, and that you want to get an SBA loan, and they will help you know what you need to do to qualify. I'll say again, if you haven't been to the SBDC, you gotta go there. To even get to this point though, you first need to set up your business so you can qualify for all this money. This means that you should register your business with your state and get an EIN for your business. You should also get a separate phone number, email, and website for your business. Now, there are phone numbers that you can get for your business online that can simply forward the phone calls to your personal phone. And if you're first starting out, that's definitely what I'd recommend. Also, you can build out a branded email for your business using Gmail until you decide that paying for a Google Workspace email is worth the money. As an example, if you spend the first 6 months of your business using aspenwormfarm@gmail.com, it won't kill your business. After you build out your website, you can look at creating a branded email like contact us at aspenwormfarm.com.
I got worms.
I beg your pardon?
That's what we're going to call it. I got worms. We're going to specialize in selling worm farms.
Now, with regards to building out a website, this is something that doesn't need to be expensive. You can usually get this done from a gig provider on Fiverr. You can also use Upwork to find someone to build out the website. But if you're essentially just looking for someone to build a homepage, contact page, and an about page, then you really shouldn't pay more than a couple $100s. Now, when you go to apply for the grants and loans, they will need to see that you're a real business and you have these basics set up. I'll tell you, most businesses don't do these simple things, so it will really put you in a good position. Go a little Bruce Banner on that like button and smash it. Here's another video about building businesses, and you guys have a great day.